Well, in general, we have many good news in individual terms during this week. So with Matthias, it was difficult. So he is just back in team training since 2 days. So we needed individual work in the first week because he needed an injection therapy. Was not able to train in the first week of the international break, and also in the beginning of the week, he had to do some individual programs. Since Wednesday, he's back in training, and yes, he's available. Perhaps not the perfect scenario in order to go into the game, but I think it was definitely the wrong and the only possible solution to leave him out of the national team. And I hope it's beneficial also for the upcoming week. So, but he's definitely available since Wednesday, back in training, and definitely good news with him. Also, Todd Cantwell since the beginning of this week back in team training. All the other guys from the national teams came back in good mood, also without any problems. Billy Gilmour was struggling a bit with a cough and a blocked nose, but not that bad. He's also available, like I mentioned, to Milot Rasica, also with a knock on his knee, was struggling a bit, but he's available. The only bad news is Christoph Zimmermann. He's still struggling with his ongoing ankle problems, and it looks a bit like perhaps he needs another surgery. So definitely annoying news and bad news, especially for not just for us but also for Christoph, because he was struggling a lot in the recent months. And hopefully it's not too bad, but we have to wait for the further assessment. So he's definitely not available for this game, but he's more or less the only player who's not available. And also some good news with Sam Byram, because he was also taking part in major parts of our team training during this week. I think from the 5 days we've trained since Monday, he joined in 4 days team training. So after being out right now for I think 18 months or whatever, definitely a good promising step on his way back to be a topic then also for the game days. And yes, we still have to be a bit careful with him, but definitely also good news with him. Yes, he was not in the Burnley game for Everton, but to be honest, he had a difficult preseason. He came later also due to his COVID situation, due to the Euros anyhow. He has played in the first 6 games more minutes than any other midfield player for us anyhow. The first time he was out was against Arsenal, because he has played then also 3 games for his country. I also have to look a bit after this guy, because he's coming from a situation last season he has never started for us, at least not in the starting lineup for his national team, and hardly started for Chelsea, especially not in the second half of the season. We also have to look a bit after this guy. Second time that he was out was at Everton. He was the only midfield player who has played 180 minutes in the 7 days before, in the 2 games against Watford and Liverpool. It was the first time that he was perhaps a bit surprisingly out. Was against Burnley. Burnley, pretty special approach anyhow. And again, so Billy is a fantastic player. We are all happy that we have him. He has already many minutes under his belt, and I'm pretty sure he will also add many minutes under his belt during the season. But like I mentioned, so it's not about Billy Gilmour or Brandon Williams, who is a lone player, or Matthias Norman, who is currently a lone player, or Ozan Kabak. And to differ then to Timo Pukki or Dimitrios Giannoulis or Kenny McLean or whoever, who are our players. So it's just up to make sure that we play with the players who help us to win the points. And there are no gifts anyhow. And of course, the Premier League is a different animal in comparison to, with all respect, but to play then and to score for Finland perhaps, or to play and to score whatever for the USA, like Josh Sargent, or for example Billy Gilmour for Scotland. And for that we are happy that Billy performs on this level, and for the Scottish squad, and it's fantastic anyhow. But really, with all respect, to play against Faroe Islands is something different in comparison to the Premier League. And nevertheless, Billy is a fantastic player, fantastic human being. We are all happy that we have him. I can always count him. He always gives 100%. I'm happy with him. He's, of course, just happy if he plays. Billy wants to play each and every second in each and every, even if I substitute him in a friendly in the 89th minute, he would be angry. And I love this mentality. He needs to have this mentality, because if you love football, then you love Billy Gilmour, because this guy is a baller. You always wants to have the ball anyhow, but he's also young lad. We have to look after him. He also has to improve in a few topics. And again, it's also not that easy for him with his hype in his home country and lots of praise anyhow. And I think he's got a good mindset, and he's also a hard worker on the pitch, and he has unbelievable potential. And we're all happy that we have Billy, and for that, no one has to worry about him. Definitely defensive steel and solidity. I think we were pretty compact and didn't allow many chances. So it's always the basement you should build on to be there with a stable defense, and it was our first clean sheet during the season. And this is something where we have to definitely to take into the next games, because we're struggling a bit with this topic to concede too many goals in the first games of the season. So I also liked our competitiveness and our fighting spirit, especially. Yeah, you can't deny all the crosses and all the set pieces for Burnley. And when there is a cross and the set pieces, you have to show some steel and some competitiveness also in this moments. Yes, we've shown this as well, and I got the feeling so the longer the game went on, the better we were also in our offensive topic. So first half we were a bit more concentrated on being solid, but in the second half we created many good, or several good situations at least. And of course we also want to score goals, and want to build on also a good second half in this topic. I want to make sure that we are capable then also to create and hopefully also to be effective in order to use the chances. Anyhow, there were many things to take out of the Burnley game. They deserve all the praise. I think Graham Potter is doing a fantastic job. I can remember 2.5 years ago when we won the championship title. He was in charge for Swansea, and they finished, perhaps not that much in the spotlight in mid-table, but I even at this point, I already liked his football and how he sets up his team, and a good possession side, really good in the build-up, flexible also in their approach, good in their pressing. And I was delighted for him that he then got the chance anyhow to show his qualities also on the bigger stage, and also with some more individual quality for Brighton, and what he's capable to bring to a club. He shows right now with Brighton, because I got the feeling since he took over, he has developed this club more or less from on a daily basis, and they are improving week by week. For that is no coincidence that they have such a strong starter. So I really like the work that Graham is doing over there. I think he's a great coach, also great human being, always down to earth and unbelievably humble. And also a bit when you watch their games and the soft skills and the relationship between the players and within the club, you feel a great bond and a great camaraderie. And I think that's down to the perfect leadership of Graham Potter. And I like a lot what he's doing with his players. Yes, obviously also many experienced and high quality players. We don't have to speak about this, and they have some other also financial opportunities. I can remember once I signed Neil Mopai, was also a player who attracted us, but sadly we had no chance anyhow to bring him in. So for that, yes, we also accept that they are a bit further ahead also in their development, but also many compliments to what they have done in the recent years, and I'm pretty sure they will also finish in a strong position. And we are respectful. We know that we face a really good opponent, and I'm pretty sure that Brighton will finish also in the top position in the end of the season. I'm here especially also because of Delia Michael. I can't ask for better owners, and we are also not jealous as a club. So once I signed the first time for this club, obviously the relationship with Stuart Webber was also quite important, but for me it was also important to speak to our board, to speak to our owners, to get a feeling how they want to develop this club, also a feeling like how the heart and the soul of this club is. And I'm really, I can't ask for better owners in terms of how they lead the club, with so much staying humble and down to earth, and with so much passion for the people, and also concentrated on bringing the right values to the club. And they lead the club with so much intelligence and so much also more like concentrated on the bigger picture, also on the midterm and the long-term process, not just like quick success, spending unbelievable amount of money in order to bring some success. And if it doesn't work anyhow, yeah, we leave the club in a horrendous place and in a financial disaster anyhow. So they really care for the people and they care for this club. They care for each and every employed human being here. And for that, in this terms, you can't ask for better owners. I think they're fantastic and great, and a major part also why I extend also my contracts, because I know there's a big trust between all of us, and really I can't ask for better owners. Yeah, obviously we are a self-funding club, and we don't have the financial opportunities like other clubs, and of course other investors bring then sometimes other financial opportunities to some other clubs, and it's not easy to be competitive then on this level. Yeah? We also know this, but we are also not jealous anyhow. We have to work for this club with the tools that this club has anyhow. And I think it's also, you have to be careful what you wish for anyhow. And yes, for some clubs, when the right people are there with the right money, it also works quite well. But the most important topic is that you have also the right people in the right place anyhow. And for that, we are not jealous anyhow. We know that yes, it makes our life always a bit difficult, that we have to sell sometimes our best players, or we have to earn the money because we can spend it. But I genuinely really think that also our supporters and the people who are connected here with Norwich J also value what we're doing. They're also quite proud, and it's perhaps not always about like, yes, winning titles. It's more like to make the best out of your opportunities anyhow. And I think our supporters have also a great sense, and they know it's difficult for us to be competitive, and then yeah, of course, and the outside world quite often writes us also a little bit off and speaks about, yes, there are not the opportunities like other clubs. But I think also our supporters and the whole community feels also the pride anyhow to be competitive even under these circumstances anyhow. And for that, no, we don't complain, and we are not searching for any excuses anyhow, and we want to go with our tools realistic. We don't make more out of us than we are, but also not less. So we want to defend also this yellow shirt with all what we've got, and also to defend our values. And this is our way. And yes, of course, other clubs have other ways, and I also totally respect them. And it's also possible to create something outstanding. And there are also many clubs who prove that with a lot of money they can work pretty valuable as well. It's also, you don't have to be scared of money in this this business. That's also quite important. But you also always have to make sure that you work in your individual situation with your circumstances, and this is what we're doing.